Hi, I'm Mac. Hi, I'm Ruckus. And together, we're Maximum Ruckus! Yay!
What's up, Internet? Welcome to Maximum Ruckus, the podcast that reviewers call downloadable and another podcast.
Yeah, that's accurate.
I'm your host, Brandon, aka Jose. Joining me,
Hi.
Makenna May.
Oh, hi, it's me.
That is you.
It's me.
That's your name.
Allegedly. I know
McKenna?
it is. Yeah.
Makenna, how's your week been?
It's been good. First week
Yeah.
of work. Did the things, watched the baseball, learned how it worked, kind of.
How baseball works?
How baseball works. To prepare, I made my sister play a round of Wii Baseball on Wii Sports.
Yeah, that'll teach
And
you.
I heard it's the exact same, so I was fine once I started. Knew exactly what was going on.
Of course. This was a pretty weird week.
Oh yeah?
Wasn't it? Like in the global context of things, like
Oh my god, it really was.
there was that whole thing with a submarine that was that was just a lot.
When
And then
I saw that on TikTok like before like I got any notifications about it, and I was like, that's interesting. I don't know how big of a thing this will be. And then it was the entire week. Like
yeah, it really did occupy a lot of time for some reason.
yeah.
Hard
Everywhere.
to say why.
All the news,
Yep.
all of the social medias.
Yeah, people were
everywhere.
really into this sub.
Yeah.
And then almost immediately afterwards, there was a very brief civil war in Russia.
There was. I saw something on Twitter that was like, in the 1920s, or the early 20th century, it took 5 years between the Titanic sinking and a Russian Revolution, and today it took 5 days.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
2023.
And I mean, their epidemic was in 1918. Ours, we got that done almost immediately. We got that. We're like speed running the 1920s.
We are. This is not
Yep.
going to end well.
Stock market crash right around the corner. I tell you what.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is not good.
Yeah, it's not great, to be honest. The 1920s as a whole, like when you think back on it, not a lot of good stuff happened there. It was more of just that the dresses were different.
It roared. It roared.
Yeah, some people
apparently.
had some parties for a couple of years, and then everything was bad afterwards.
I've watched Boardwalk Empire. I know exactly what happened.
Is that in the 20s?
Yes. It was like Prohibition. End of World War I, Prohibition started. And then for some reason, the last season was just 7 years later.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Which I didn't realize. And I was like looking, because I like to have like the list of like actors and stuff. And then I read like a synopsis at the beginning. It was like 7 years later. I was like, what? Because
Was there like
obviously
a
no one-
narrative reason why they needed to jump 7 years, or is there like did they just like skip the Great Depression, or like what happened?
Yeah, they just skipped like the beginning of the stock market crash and everything, and like they mentioned the Great Depression happened, and I was like, oh, okay. I think they skipped it because I think it went to the end of Prohibition then, because Prohibition ended in like 33 or whatever. So I think they were going towards the end of that, and then like yeah, it was weird. I did not like the last season. I did not really like how it ended. It was, to me, it was abrupt. I didn't see it coming. I was like, oh, this is how it's... I also didn't realize it was the last episode. So there was just a lot not going for me. I thought there were 13 episodes. There was only 10.
Yeah, I imagine there probably was something that just kind of like made them end sooner than they wanted to, or something like that, or like... Because that's normally how shows end. Normally shows don't get to just like end on their own terms.
Right.
They either get dragged on like way too long, way too many seasons, or they're just like, well, you're done. Figure it out.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah, it's lot of things happened in the last couple seasons. I was just like, I mean, Steve Buscemi was in it, which was, I mean, the redeeming factor.
Yeah, he's great.
He's great, so it was fine. But yeah, I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but you know, it's over. Let's watch The Sopranos again. Why not?
I'm just about finished rewatching Community again.
Oh, okay.
Great show. I have reached the last season, which I've never seen before, and don't know if I will ever see. The last season of Community happened like a couple years after the show had already like been taken off the air. And like so 3 of the initial like stars of the show are gone, right? Chevy Chase was like there's a weird thing about the Community, like everybody hated Chevy Chase making that show.
I think I heard that.
Yeah, he was like pushed out. He didn't want to be there and stuff, and that character leaving is like very funny and like, you know, well deserved. Donald Glover had to leave because, you know, he was having a massive hip hop career and making movies, and he was, you know, one of the most successful people in the world, so he had to leave the show. Yeah, and then they got canceled, I think for the second time, I want to say. And Yvette Nicole Brown, I think is her name. She decided she didn't want to come back for what was a season that they got purchased by Yahoo.com.
What?
Yeah, Yahoo briefly was very early on trying to make a run at like competing with Netflix. And like bought the rights to streaming some shows, including they bought the rights to make more Community. And so
is that their one thing? Like, have they done anything else, or was that just
I think that was the only original thing that they ever made. Wow. They had bought some like just various shows to stream, right? Like the kind of stuff where it's like, you know, Netflix has the rights and like syndicated TV essentially.
Right.
And yeah, they made a season of Community that nobody watched because nobody was willing to sign up for the Yahoo streaming service.
God.
And so I've never seen it. I didn't watch it at the time, and then I've heard it wasn't very good. And I've like seen half of the first episode of that season a couple of times, and it's bad. So I've just never watched that season.
Do you think you'll need to watch that season when the movie comes out? Like, where's the movie coming?
That's the problem. Is I imagine I will have to, because Community is so self-referential and like so like that's like the gimmick of the show. So I'll probably have to watch it if the movie ever actually does come out. Because like an example of the show being so self-referential and that being the point is that the only reason a movie is being made is because it was a catchphrase for a little bit on the TV show 6 seasons in a movie.
That's good.
And yeah, so Yahoo bought them back for the 6th season, and now they're gonna try to make a movie, 6 seasons in a movie.
Wow. You know, good for them. You know.
Yeah, I mean it's a good show with a good cast. It's well written. So yeah, the last season it's pretty bad.
What is it on? What streaming service?
It's on Netflix right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's the one I don't have.
Yeah. And it's not worse than like say the Netflix seasons of Arrested Development are probably much worse than the Community season. So
okay. I've seen those,
yeah.
So.
Oh, you've seen Arrested Development?
I have seen. Okay.
I don't think we've ever talked about Arrested Development.
I haven't seen it. I think since those seasons came out, because I haven't either. My friend, okay, cool. Because my friend let me use her Netflix account for a while, and then I didn't go on it for a while, and I got logged out, and for some reason I didn't save the password, so I just and I was like, someday I will get Netflix just to go through stuff, but right now I'm on HBO Max. Max. I'm going through that stuff, and then I'm sure Netflix will be the next one. I just go through and just watch the things I need to watch, but yeah, I did watch Arrested Development in 17 or whatever.
Yeah, those first 3 seasons of Arrested Development are really, really good. Some of the funniest, smartest TV ever written. And then those 2 Netflix seasons are terrible, horrible TV.
Not good. And it was that thing of I think I watched it. No, I had seen The Office at that point. So I was used to the last 2 seasons of a show being bad.
Yeah.
And then, so I was like, this, I guess, is just how every show works. Like, all
just the last 2 seasons of every show are bad.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, that's just how it goes. So, didn't hit me, but.
The Arrested Development thing is it's just, it didn't have to be bad. Mm-hmm. Like, do you know, like, the whole story about, like, those seasons getting made?
I feel like I used to, but I don't remember now.
It, like, kept getting delayed and kept getting, like, messed with and stuff. And so many of the actors had other things going on. Mm-hmm. And, like, it was so up in the air that, like, basically they couldn't get anybody locked down to be on set at the same time. Oh, and so instead of just, like, committing to the show and, like, booking a time in, like, a year from then or whenever, they just shot it piecemeal. And that's why nobody's on screen together ever.
Great.
Yeah. Which is just like, immediately, it's just like, yeah, that's going to be bad. Like, you're not going to be able to make a good show that way.
That is not good. No, that's like, that goes against everything.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No bueno.
Yeah, so very, for no reason, that show's just terrible for the last 2 seasons. Just because Netflix was just like, no, just do it. We don't care. Oh
my god. Let me tell you a show that does hold up, The Sopranos.
I really need to sit down and, like, get through The Sopranos. I've seen like the first season.
Yeah, I think we may have talked a little bit about that before.
And I don't know what it was. There were things about the first season I really, really liked. Mm-hmm. But how many episodes is the first season of Sopranos?
13, I want to say. I think most of the seasons are like 13 episodes.
It's like just a little bit too long.
Yeah, it does drag a little bit.
I'll also say this about the first season of Sopranos. I didn't understand what was, like, going on. Like, not in terms of, like, I'm dumb, don't get me wrong. But, like, like, I was able to follow, like, episode to episode what was happening. I didn't understand what the show was about.
Yeah.
Like, what Tony wanted, what was going on. Like, I knew something was going on with his uncle. Mm-hmm. And something was going on with his mom's. Oh, my God.
Olivia.
Yeah, did not enjoy watching his mom on that show, I'll tell you what.
She gave her life to them on a golden platter. Yeah, Olivia, she's... The actress dies during, like, season 3, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's in it in season 2, but not as much as that first season.
That's what I've heard.
So
and like, yeah, I just didn't feel like there was like a hook in season 1 where I was like, oh yeah, I'm rooting for this thing to happen. Let's see what's gonna happen. It just felt like every episode was just like a new thing happening. Mm-hmm. That was kind of weird. And so yeah, I've never finished that one. And I need to. I also need to finish The Wire. I haven't seen all of The Wire.
I've heard it's good. I haven't seen it. I don't even know what it's about.
The first season of The Wire is one of just the best fucking seasons of a TV show ever. It's so good. Season 2 of The Wire isn't as good. I think it's still quite good. For some reason, I've never quite been able to finish season 3 of The Wire. Mm-hmm. And then The Wire is another one where I think it's either 4 or 5 seasons. And I think most people say like the last season's kind of not good. But The Wire's really interesting because it's like it's about like a couple different things all at once. It's mostly just about like people working in like the narcotics department of the Baltimore police force. Mm-hmm. But it's also like you're viewing it from like the point of view of the people working in the drug ring and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But then every season switches up what's going on. Oh, so like that's what season 1's about. Season 2 is about like kind of the same stuff, but then how it relates to like what's going on in the docks in Baltimore, mm-hmm. and like you know people like bringing stuff in on boats illegally and stuff, and how that crosses over to it. So like, each season of The Wire like brings in a different element of like the criminal organizations in Baltimore. Mm-hmm. It's like a very complicated show, but it's really good. I need to finish it.
Oh yeah, I have so many shows on my list, and like I end a show. I'm like, all right, what's up next? I'm just like, there's so much stuff. I just get overwhelmed with all of the options now because it's like, do I go... First, I have to figure out which streaming platform I want to go on, because I have Amazon Prime, I have Hulu through Spotify. Hulu is usually my last option because I have ads on that one, just because it is still through Spotify Student. And I got Max now. And I'm like, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of TV. It's one of the reasons, like, so I've been taking like a big break from TV. I think we've talked about it a couple of times. So I haven't been watching a lot of TV for the last like year or two. I'm sort of starting to watch TV again.
Ooh, bring back TV.
Yeah, TV's back.
The 2023 year of the TV.
Yep. I'm trying to avoid watching shows that are like running right now.
I try to do that too. Just
like I just give it to me all just wrapped up. Done.
That's
I don't want to wait on something. I don't want to find out that season 2 of this new show's horrible, even though season 1 was great. And also just like I don't want to wait. Just like I want to get it done, get it off the list. We can go to something else.
Yeah, that's how I am. Like, because I think there was only a couple shows I even did that with, and they were great shows. But it's like I remember why.
Ted Lasso's been like the one that you and I both did that with, and Ted Lasso was a bit of a roller coaster in terms of like quality, because season 1 was so good.
Yes.
Like just like a perfect show that was like you could watch all of it in a single night. Which I did, and it was awesome.
That's how I was.
And,
yep.
and the other 2 seasons were still quite good, but they were not that, right?
They were not season 1, yeah.
No, it was like every episode was like a movie's length, and it was all over the place.
It was so like, I went into it, I was like, I don't remember them being... As long, it had been a year and a half since I had first watched. I was like, I don't remember them being like...
Season 1's a regular sitcom.
Yeah, it is.
It's 30-minute episodes. There's a little bit of heavy stuff thrown in there every now and then, especially towards the end. But no, it's a 30-minute. Everything's funny, tons of jokes. And then season 2 and 3 are just like these 2-hour-long dramas.
Yeah, buckle up and get the tissues ready, because like... And it's every single week. It's like, here's...
And you have no idea what the episode's going to be about. You have no idea what the tone's going to be. It's, Ted Lasso was a roller coaster.
The Coach Beard episode and the Christmas special. Those were like the 2 that were like, had nothing to do with the regular storyline. They were just
no, season 3 has the episode where she's just on a boat the entire time.
Oh my god, yes!
What the fuck was that?
What was that? The Amsterdam. It's like, and then he comes back at the end. Like, they're just hanging. Yeah, that was. You think that's it, and then it's like, nope.
At least that one did have like a really good story payoff that I thought was excellent of like setting up. I mean, spoilers for Ted Lasso. What are you gonna do? But like Ted learns how to coach football. Yeah, which is like really like a really good conclusion for that. But yeah, I don't know. That show was just so all over the place for the next seasons 2 and 3. And not necessarily in a bad way. Like it was a good show, but it was just like
one of the better ones.
Not what I signed up for when I watched that first season.
It's it's a lot. Like I said, I watched the first 2 seasons a year and a half ago in 2021 when season 2 was coming out, and then Jeremy Swift, who plays Higgins, he's in Downton Abbey, and I watched Downton Abbey last year. He's a valet, he's a butler in Downton Abbey, and like this very uptight person and everything. And then I like went into season 3. I was like, oh my god, that's the butler. Like I cannot remember his name. But yeah, it was just really weird because I was used to him as Higgins, and then it's like,
well, yeah, that's like if you're not familiar, Game of Thrones, Rebecca is a character in Game of Thrones.
Oh yes,
yeah, she's like the super like fundamental religious lady, and yeah, it was a little bit difficult seeing her as that. I think I'm gonna start Downton Abbey pretty soon.
Oh my god, yes. I'm so excited. Yeah. Oh my god.
I think I'm gonna start that.
Oh my god, I cannot wait. It is so good. Oh, buckle up.
I've heard it's very good from everybody. Yeah, like I've said this before, it's my dad's favorite show.
Oh my god! Wait, I didn't know. Wait, I don't remember this.
Yeah, it's my dad's favorite show. He fucking loves Downton Abbey.
My god, I want to talk to your dad. I just want to talk to him about Downton Abbey.
They went and saw him and his wife went and saw the movies in theaters.
Oh my god, that's amazing. There's so many people in that in that show and the movie as well. Like, I was like, oh my, there's Dolores Umbridge, like,
yeah,
and like Charlie Cox is in like the third episode of the first season. Not Taron Egerton, some other guy, I can't think of his name. He was another man in a movie. Yeah, there's just a bunch of people, and it's like, oh. Maggie Smith is in it. She's a regular. She's amazing.
The lady from Hogfather, which we reviewed on HBO Max.
Yes.
Right?
Lady and Mary. Dan Stevens, who he played the Beast in the live action Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
He's great. I had a dream with him in it one time, and we got married. It was a pretty good dream. But anyway, not him from Downton Abbey, cousin Matthew. But yeah, it was a good dream. Oh my god, I cannot wait. And the music's so good, and it's just wonderful.
Yeah, I'm pretty interested in it. I've been planning on watching this for a long time, and for some reason I've just never gotten around to it. The main Julian Fellows.
Oh yes,
is the main creator of it, who wrote Gosford Park, which is a fucking great movie. So,
that's what I've heard. There's
a
lot of people in
we gotta watch Gosford Park and do it on the Max.
We do. I've been wanting to, because I was watching, Michael Gambon's in it. Kelly MacDonald, who's in Boardwalk Empire, is in Gosford Park. And so, of course, I was like looking it up again and everything, because there's just a bunch of people in it.
Yeah, Charles Dance is in it, Stephen Fry.
We gotta watch it.
Great cast. The script is incredible. It's a really, really good movie. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start the Downtown Abbey.
Yes, the Downtown Abbey. Oh my, I cannot wait. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Buckle up. Here we go.
And I like less than 10 episodes a season. Big fan of that.
Oh yeah. And I will say, buckle up. I mean that in all. A lot happens in an episode. Because it's not, and this messed me up when I first started it. It's not, it doesn't go day by day by day. It goes like day, couple months, day, couple months. Mm-hmm. There's like a few months between episodes. Okay. Because that messed me up. Because I was like, they're saying this thing happened months ago, but it was just the last episode. And then I looked it up. I was like, okay, got it. There are a few months. So just be prepared.
Okay.
But,
okay. I'm prepared.
Yeah, no, it's good. A lot of stuff happens each day. Oh, it's so good. I cannot wait.
So you're just doing a Sopranos rewatch? You're not starting anything new?
Not yet. I'm trying to figure out what to watch next. I don't know. There's a lot. I'm sure it'll probably be. I wanted to watch Sex and the City because I saw Don't. Okay. Don't. Never mind. I won't.
Don't.
Okay. Got it.
It is not. I have seen all of Sex and the City. It is not worth your time.
Okay. I won't. Good. Because I was looking at it because they have like not the remake, but like the new show that's on.
Yeah. The new show is really bad.
That's what I've heard as well.
Really bad. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Accept from the list. But it was like, I almost started it. If it was on Max, I would have started it. Because I was like, oh, they have the new thing.
Sex and the City is one of those shows that for its time, it was quite good, quite edgy, like, and then like going back and watching it, it's bad.
Huh. Okay. Did the movie come out first, or was it the show? What came first?
No, the show. It was a show first.
Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure. Now you've convinced me on The Wire. Maybe I'll watch The Wire next.
Ooh, The Wire.
Who knows?
The Wire's pretty good. The first season of The Wire is a fucking banger. What if we let the audience pick what you watch next?
Oh, okay. I'm in for that. Yeah, I'll do whatever. I will.
Do you have a spreadsheet of shows to watch? Yeah.
I haven't. I'll re-update it just because it's been a while since I really went through it. But I'll send you a picture and then.
Well, I was gonna say, do you want to do a quick perusal through it right now?
We'll do pre-edited, yes, unedited TV shows. Now, I will say I started this list when I was in middle school, so because I have it kind of by streaming service or like channel or whatever, and I'm sure it's all different now. I'll just go down it. I won't say what's in what column. Okay, so we got Blackadder, Dexter, FC Bayern for some reason, and then This Is Football, which is about soccer. I think I'm like 3 episodes into it. Just a couple documentary series. On ABC, I said I wasn't going to, but I guess I will now. Let's go down the categories. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Growing Pains. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Take Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. off there. That show fucking sucks.
Okay, so let me tell you why it was on there originally. Because I started, my best friend, and Tony Salad and I, we started watching it when it started. And we loved it.
Me too.
It was great. Yes! And then, like, I can't remember. I dropped off of it, and then, like, I think he dropped off of it. And then now there's apparently, like, 136 episodes.
Yeah, like the first 2 seasons were like felt like a cohesive thing, and like it was like pretty good, and then, man, that show fucking sucks.
Well, yeah, because Clark Gregg was in it and everything. I was like, oh my god, I know him from Avengers, and that was like my big Marvel phase too. And yeah, I had a crush on the British guy. I can't remember his name.
The Fitz of Fitzsimmons, right?
Fitz, yeah. And I would, oh my god, I would rewatch this one episode so many times. I can't even remember which one it was, but like he was like a main part of it. I was like, God, this is good stuff right here. But yeah, and then I dropped off of it, and like I haven't seen it since like the 3rd season or whatever.
Yeah. I tried to watch all of it, and it was
it
gets very, very bad.
Okay, maybe we'll mix that from those.
Yeah.
And we got Growing Pains, which I started watching like right after I watched Family Ties for the first time when I was like a sophomore in high school, and then I don't know, I never ended up finishing it. I liked it, but I think it was just too soon after watching Family. I loved Family Ties, so it was the same thing I had with Monk and Psych, where I watched Psych right after Monk, and it just wasn't what I wanted.
Yeah. I mean, those shows are literally just like trying to copy each other.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it is like the same number of kids in the family, like, you know, the whole thing. Yeah. But yeah, one day. I like the theme song, so I'll probably go back to it at some point. Home Improvement, Three's Company.
Okay.
A show on Disney Plus called The Quack Pack. I can't remember what it was about. But I think Hoodie recommended it to me. Maybe it's about hockey or something. I can't remember.
No, it must be like a Huey, Dewey, and Louie spinoff, right?
Oh, it is. I think it is. I'm in for Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
That seems fine.
Yeah, nice little show. Okay, here we go. Hulu, which all of these are probably not on Hulu anymore. 10 Things I Hate About You. 30 Rock.
Wait, the show?
Yes, the show.
Haven't seen the show. The movie's amazing.
Oh, I loved the movie.
The movie's fantastic.
So good. It's Taming of the Shrew.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a TV show. I will tell you, 30 Rock's not on Hulu anymore.
It's not anymore? Okay.
Yeah, I just rewatched 30 Rock. It's on Peacock now.
It's on Peacock. Okay. That makes sense.
Still pretty good.
Still pretty good.
Still pretty good.
The reason I have 10 Things I Hate About You is because Lindsay Shaw's in it, and she was the girl in Ned's Declassified. She was Mose.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I saw that on Hulu. I was like, all right, I'll do this. I like the movie. So it was only on for like a season, maybe. There's only 20 episodes.
I don't know why they keep trying to do this, like make a movie into a TV show and then cancel it after one season because it never works. It's just one of these lessons that, like, I don't know, they just keep stepping on the rake.
This is it's not good. It's over and over, like as if it won't come. They just think it won't come up the next time. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe next time. Who knows? I do have Community on the list under Hulu,
Great
course.
Solid show.
Dawson's Creek, Doogie Howser, MD, Firefly, Friday Night Lights.
Firefly. I got that on Blu-ray.
Ooh.
You can knock out Firefly in a
yeah.
weekend. There's only like 8 episodes.
Yeah, I know. Every time I go back to this, I'm like, I just got to do it. I just got to sit down and watch it because it's like, it's short.
And then like, don't watch Serenity afterwards, maybe.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah, maybe just don't watch Serenity. Maybe exist in a world where they never got a movie.
Okay.
Because Joss Whedon's an asshole.
Ooh, okay, yeah, maybe not. Friday Night Lights, King of the Hill, Married with Children, One Tree Hill.
King of the Hill's great.
I need to just start watching
One Tree Hill is fucking insane.
Really?
It's a fucking insane show.
I remember my best friend in like middle school loved it, and I think that's why I put
Have
it
you
on
seen the
list.
clip of the dog?
No. What does that mean?
This is a real thing that happens in a One Tree Hill episode. One of the main characters' father, he's like the villain of the show. He needs a heart transplant, and he's getting a heart transplant, and the guy delivering the heart like enters the hospital, trips, the heart spills out of the cooler, a dog picks it up and runs away with the heart.
No.
And then the characters like share a look like it's a serious moment. That's a real thing that happens in a One Tree Hill episode.
No way.
Yeah, and it's one of the most insane shows of all time. There's a rejected script that you can find online. This is like they almost made this episode. It almost happened, where the plot is that there is a bomb at the center of town, and the only way that it can be defused is that there's like a hole in the ground that is basketball hoop sized. And somebody has to throw a thing into the bomb to deactivate it. And because the show centers around basketball, so the two brothers on the show are like debating about who gets to take the shot to disarm the bomb. It's one of the most insane fucking shows of all. Like, it just like after like 2 seasons, it just goes completely off the fucking rails. Like everything's possible.
I gotta watch this show.
It's horrible. It's a terrible show. You should watch it.
I'm so excited. Maybe that's what I'll watch next. Oh my god. There's 187 episodes.
Yeah, they're all bad.
Oh, I cannot wait. Then we got Reba, Saved by the Bell, Taxi, The Handmaid's Tale, Twin Peaks, Will and Grace.
Ooh, Twin Peaks.
I'm excited for Twin Peaks. Will and Grace and maybe Criminal Minds.
I love me some Will and Grace.
I've never seen it.
It's a good
now,
show.
There is I say maybe Criminal Minds because there is 334 episodes.
Don't do that to yourself.
I think I'll tell you why I think I put it on there. I saw a clip on TikTok and I was like, I would love this show.
I mean, yeah, it's like a fine show, but it's like Law and Order. Like, there's no point in like starting Criminal Minds unless you've already watched. You know, you're a Criminal Minds fan. Okay. It's a little too late to jump on the boat.
Just a bit. I think it ended. Maybe, but yeah, there's a lot. Let's see here. Then we got the BBC. We got Orphan Black, Doctor Who, Peep Show, and The First Team. Peep
Show's great.
I'm excited for Peep Show. I think I watched the first episode, I want to say. Maybe first 2 episodes. I can't remember. Because I found it on YouTube.
Peep Show's a real fun watch.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Peep Show. I started watching Peep Show after I met the drummer from the Fratellis. Yeah. So we went like to like basically like concert happened, right? Mm-hmm. Pretty small. Like it was at like the Fillmore, I think, in San Francisco.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Like it's like an average sized concert venue or whatever. Right. It's where like Kind of Funny 2 happened. Kind of Funny Live 2.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So like the band is like hanging out and signing autographs back like in the alley behind the venue, and the drummer's not there. And so like we're hanging around getting autographs or whatever, and then we see like the drummer like lean out of the window of the tour bus And so we walk over there, and he starts talking to us. We get him to sign, because my buddy has every Fratelli's record on vinyl. That's what we were getting signed there or whatever. And we're like, hey, can we get you to sign this? And he's like, oh, yeah, absolutely. And he's in there smoking weed and watching Peep Show. And he's like, oh, yeah, Peep Show, great show. And so I watched it, and yeah, he was right. Great show.
That's great. You know,
and you watched that Mitchell and Webb look, right?
Yes, I have. Yeah. So.
Yeah, Mitchell and Webb, fucking hilarious dudes.
Oh my god, it's so good. Yeah, I love David Mitchell on Would You Lie to Me is just so good.
Oh yeah.
Him and Lee Mack just go together. So good.
There's that clip on Would I Lie to You where they had Victoria on, David Mitchell's wife. Mm-hmm. And he tells the lie about moving the bookmarks in her books. That's one of my favorite things on any TV show ever.
So good. I love Bob Mortimer on Would I Lie to You.
Bob Mortimer is the weirdest fucking man to ever live.
And it's always true. It's all except for the owl. But like
Bob Mortimer will tell you the weirdest fucking story, and he'll sound like he has no details on it whatsoever. Yeah, Bob Mortimer's a weird guy.
I brought up. I can't even remember how it came up, but I used my Bob Mortimer when he said about doing his own dentistry, because I was talking to it completely serious to my mom about it. I'm like, did they get that? I can't even remember what the mold is or whatever. And my mom's like, why do you know all these dentistries? And I'm like, Would I Lie? Bob Mortimer, man. Yeah. She has no idea who this dude is. I'm like, she probably thinks he's a dentist. And then on Netflix, we've got Lilyhammer, Mindhunter, Peaky Blinders, Schitt's Creek.
Lilyhammer is a show that's been I've been told to watch 1,000 times.
Yeah, that's
because it stars Steve Van Zandt, and of course, I'm a huge Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band fan. So
in The Sopranos.
yeah, he is in The Sopranos.
I cannot remember why I was recommended this. Maybe I saw it on a Reddit thread or something.
It was a big deal when it came out.
Maybe that's why. Yeah, that would make sense.
It was very, very early on when Netflix started making TV shows.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm in. It looks like fun. Norwegian?
People I know who are give good recommendations say it's a good show, so.
Okay. I'm in. It's only... Oh, wait. Hold on. This hasn't been updated in a while. 24 episodes. So.
Yeah. It's a Netflix show. It doesn't get more than 3 seasons.
Yeah, of course. Unless it's Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Schitt's Creek, That 70s Show, and... Oh, Twin Peaks is on here again.
It's moved around quite a few times.
That makes sense.
I think it's on Paramount Plus now.
Okay. Great. CBS, we got Happy Days in WKRP in Cincinnati. NBC, we have Go On and Night Court. And then for HBO, we have The Pacific. Yeah.
I mean, The Pacific's good. Have you seen Band of Brothers?
No.
Why is The Pacific on there, not Band of Brothers?
So, let me tell you what. Let me give you a little Makenna history.
Okay.
So, back in 2021, when I read Jurassic Park for the first time, I became obsessed with it. And good book, good movie. And Joe Mazzello plays the Tim, little Tim. Mm-hmm. And I learned that Joe Mazzello was also in Bohemian Rhapsody. And I kind of fell in love with him a little bit. I was watching all their interviews and stuff, and I got a very large crush on him. And he's in The Pacific.
Yeah, he's the main character, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So
yeah, The Pacific's okay. The Pacific's not nearly as good as Band of Brothers, though. That's kind of the letdown of it.
Okay. Yeah. I think I have to just... I'm so bad at putting shows on here, so I will just have to go back through and reorganize them in a better way. But yeah, I'm sure Band of Brothers will go on there. Go through a big old list.
I rewatched Band of Brothers last year. I do it pretty often because it's really good.
Yeah, I've never seen Band of Brothers, so
yeah, great show.
Yeah, because I have a spreadsheet. It's called creatively Stuff to Do, and it's three sheets: movies, TV shows, and books. And books is probably the most well kept up to date, just because between like Goodreads and mainly just Goodreads.
We've been knocking out a lot of movies, so
we have been, and it's been great. I love going through this every so often, like, I've seen all these movies. Let's go.
Do you not do Letterboxd? You seem like a person who would be all about Letterboxd.
I have it, and I'll go through it every once in a while. I actually created an HBO Max like collection or whatever it's called, just because I was my one friend asked me about like all the movies we had done, and I was like, oh, I could just do it on Letterboxd and just send him like the link or whatever. I mean, I could send him the link to the YouTube channel as well.
That's something we might want to post on Twitter, Makenna.
That I'll have to re-update it because I haven't updated in a while. But
so maybe we should keep that.
Let me just sign into my account and see how far back I am. But yeah, I remember I like just sat down on my bed one night and was just like, let's go through it. Where I don't know how Letterboxd lists. That's what they're called. Do I? Yeah, there we go. I know where my lists are. Yeah, I'm a little behind. I only have up to Blair Witch Project. So I'll have to re-update it.
That's not bad. I thought it would have been further back.
28 movies. So. Yeah. And I guess what? I've watched all 28.
Wow. Got them all.
I got them all. They're all ranked and stuff, so, buckle up, I guess.
My favorite TV show is putting out a movie next month.
Okay, wait, let me guess. Hold on. Okay, can you give me some hints?
We've had this, you know what it is. We've talked about it before.
Oh my god, it's the Archer. No, it's not Archer. It's no, don't tell me. Don't.
Archer. It's
similar. I know. Oh no, Venture Brothers. Oh,
yes. Venture Brothers, Radiant is the Blood of the Baboon Heart comes out on July 21st.
That's a good title. Is it coming to theaters or is it like going straight to streaming?
No, it's going straight to streaming.
Oh, nice. Comfort of your own home.
Mm-hmm. So I do need to, even though I've watched the show all the way through, more than a dozen times. So the thing about the Venture Brothers that's kind of strange is that it took a really, really long time. Like, 'cause there's only 6 seasons, I think.
Oh.
But those 6 seasons came out over the course of about 20 years.
Oh. It's a span.
Yeah, so 7 seasons. The first episode debuted on, 2003. And then ended in 2018.
Wow.
Yeah. And the movie comes out this year. So yeah, it's a 20-year long show.
20 year. Oh my god.
Yeah, and so I've probably been watching since season 3 or so. And so yeah, it would take about 2 or 3 years for a season to come out. So the thing you would do is you would just rewatch the show, every so often, leading up to the next season. And it's it's my favorite show. It's finally going to get wrapped up, hopefully in a satisfying way. Hard to imagine they'll be able to get everything in there. It's a deep and complicated show. Yeah, there's at least one thing that I'm almost certain one secret that's going to get revealed in this that I'm super excited about.
That's exciting.
But yeah, I think it's the best TV show ever made. So I'm always willing to recommend The Venture Brothers. I don't think there's a single show that uses the format of TV better than The Venture Brothers.
Interesting.
Yeah, because Venture Brothers does something that a lot of should be a natural part of TV shows that most TV shows really resist to, which is that stuff changes a lot from season to season. If a character goes through something and grows and changes in a way, that's permanent. They're never going back on that.
Wow.
Yeah, so season 1 versus season 7 is just a radically different TV show.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's the best TV show ever made. It's so good.
Is it? I might be wrong. Is it based on comics, or am I thinking of something?
So kind of. Because there are both references to comics in the show, but also like Batman comics exist in the show.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
It's complicated. What the show is it initially started as a parody of Johnny Quest.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And it is about what happened when Johnny Quest grew up. And like having all the PTSD of having gone through all this stuff when he was a kid and whatnot. And also like Johnny Quest is like a character in the show, and he is a deeply troubled person.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Great.
But yeah, it both acknowledges the existence of comic books and is full of comic book parodies. Like there is a character who is a parody of Blade. There is a character who's a parody of Doctor Strange. Mm-hmm. There are a parody of the Scooby-Doo gang, who are all criminals from the 1970s.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. It's great. It's a fantastic show.
Huh. What is it on?
It's on Max.
That's us.
That is us.
That is us.
That's our domain.
Ooh, maybe I'll have to put that on the list.
Yeah. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it.
There you go.
Cannot wait for this movie to come out. Because the show was canceled quite abruptly. They were supposed to get probably a couple more seasons. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, Rick and Morty kind of ruined Adult Swim's interesting content, so
yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. Adult Swim used to make a lot of really interesting stuff.
I remember, I never watched it growing up because it scared me when I went into Adult Swim, but like I remember like seeing
the art
channel. Yeah, I remember like catching the random episode, be like, "What? This is not Codename Kids Next Door. This is not."
Yeah, that was what was weird about like being, like 13 years old and seeing Venture Brothers on TV for the first time, was that it was like one, like they never played episodes in order. It was just like whatever was on that night, and it was just like this weird, like the other shows on Adult Swim, like Moral Oral or like Home Videos. It was just full of these weird ass TV shows.
Yes.
It was really good. Adult Swim was awesome back in the day.
Never got. I think I don't know. Maybe I was too young when all the good stuff
you
was on.
probably were too young to be like the heyday of like peak good Adult Swim, and not just like the Rick and Morty Family Guy Power Hour.
That's all it is.
Because like Adult Swim's like probably like the number one reason why anime is as popular in America as it is.
Because it wasn't like Samurai Jack and stuff on.
Well, Samurai Jack was on just regular Cartoon Network when it originally debuted, but Adult Swim was putting stuff like Cowboy Bebop on.
Oh, okay.
Trigun. I think that they played like Death Note on there sometimes.
Oh, wow.
Like a lot of like the actual good anime would get put on Adult Swim.
Huh. Look at that. Yeah. No, I was watching Codename Kids Next Door, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Yep.
The good stuff. I wanted to tell you a story that I may have told you before. I was talking to you about it beforehand. There's a kind of, not an update, I won't call it an update, but I was reminded of it recently. So, let me take you back to December of 2020. Okay, so it's the first week of December. Thanksgiving had just happened. The Mays are all down with the vid. We're all sick. We're all staying at home. tensions were getting high, and we had only been locked in with each other for like 2 or 3 days. I had just finished my fall semester. My sister and my mom, so my sister was a senior in high school. Her school was going back 5 days a week in person, but she was home. And then my mom's school was also in person, but she was also home. So
in 2020, you guys were already going back in person schooling?
Yeah, so because we went to private school, we didn't have to follow like the public school rules and everything. And they were like, that was like their big thing, was like, we're the only school back all 5 days. Da 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 da. And I was like, you
that
keep
went well.
Getting shut down. No, yeah, it was not
that went
good.
Great for them.
Not good at all. Case in point, we all got it. And so, and it was beginning of December, so we had the advent calendars, and we keep them out in the foyer. And they're like ones that like my aunt made, so we put like little.
Oh, I do know this story. I do know this story. Okay, yeah, the audience needs to know this.
Yes. So we put little candies in it. We put that particular year, we put Hershey Kisses in it. And of course, all 48 Hershey Kisses. And so it was like maybe December 3rd, December 4th. And my sister had gone, I was still in bed. And my sister she had to be up to go log on to class and everything. And she goes downstairs, and I hear this kerfuffle downstairs. And I was like, I'm sure I'll hear about it later. I'm going back to bed. My sister goes up to school. My mom comes into my room a little bit later, and she goes, did you take the advent candy? And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, the advent candy is all missing. All the Hershey Kisses are gone. And I go, no, I didn't take it. Like, I've been in bed the entire time. And my dad sleeps downstairs. So it's like, I couldn't have gone in the middle of the night. I would have waken him up. And so we gathered together for lunch, which we never did, even during when we were all locked together, during like the beginning of COVID. And so then the paranoia starts. We're accusing each other. We're first accusing my dad because he sleeps downstairs. We're like, you took it in the middle of the night because you got hungry. And you decided to eat 48 Hershey Kisses in the middle of the night. Because we were digging through the trash can. We were looking under his chair where he slept. Nothing. And then we turned to Campbell. She was in statistics. And we were like, your teacher put you up to this. Because my teacher, the teacher knew my parents. And then like, to get bonus points, he put you up to take these Hershey Kisses. Dude, we were not well.
Yeah, they're taking extreme leaps.
We looked under my sister's bed to see if there were Hershey Kisses. No Hershey Kisses. For some reason, my mom and I were left out of this. We were not accused. And so we part ways. We gather again for dinner. And because we were all sick, we just got, food delivered and everything. And during this time, we devised a thing where we were going to do a vote like we were on Survivor. We had this bag from dinner, and we all had 10 seconds in the bathroom with a sheet of paper where we would write 1 line if we knew anything about it, 2 lines if we had no idea. We all go in. It was so dramatic. We pulled all the papers out. They all had no one had anything to do with it. So now we're freaking out. We're like, someone broke into the house, only took Hershey Kisses, and left. Or there's a mouse. So we gave the glue traps because we had some from the basement. Because we've had mice problems every now and then. So we put them up in the foyer. And, like, the paranoia lasted for another week. And then, like, we were all better. Christmas happened. The holidays happened. And we just my sister and my mom went back to school. Whatever. I started college again. Whatever. And during this time, we were, like, because there's sleeping bags in one of the closets down there where the advent calendar was on. And we're like, there's a family nesting in those sleeping bags. We cannot open those doors. We open the doors. They're shooting out. So at one point my aunt had come over. This was in like the beginning of 2021. She had come over. She's like, I'll open the door. I'm like, no, don't open it. We can't deal with this right now. So then in June of 2021, my mom is cleaning the one room downstairs, and she pulls back the couch, and she finds all of the Hershey Kisses behind the couch. and some like in the cushions of the couch. I'm like looking for holes and stuff. And my dad hears us like freaking out downstairs. He comes downstairs. The truth comes out. He caught a mouse like the second night we had those glue traps out in December 2020, and he just let it go. He decided not to tell us. He just like let us go for a year and a half. And then of course, we were all freaked out. We opened the closets again, and then we had to clean out the closets recently. And I was going through our old hats and scarves. Like those closets got stuck in like 2010. There's like outfits from when I was in like 4th grade. Nothing past that. So like we're going through all these clothes and like the hats and scarves. I find Hershey Kiss wrappers in there. I'm like, I do not want to go through the rest of these. Like, I'm so scared that I'm going to find a body of a mouse or something, like a family.
Yeah, you probably will.
Yeah, it was not good. And we ended up throwing out most of the stuff just because it was all dirty too. But, or donating it. Like, not the dirty stuff. We threw out the dirty stuff. The nice stuff we donated and everything. The non-mouse touched stuff. Yeah, it all came flooding back. Just the paranoia we had in that single day in 2020. I just forgot how much of it was there. And it just all came all flooding back to me like last week when I was going through this stuff. Wild time. That was we have actually had a mouse since. Campbell found a dead mouse in the basement one time, like a little bit after that. Yeah, she like went to go get something from underneath the table, and she was just greeted with a mouse body. It was like dead. She's terrified.
I mean, that happens.
Yeah. It happens.
There are mice places.
Yeah, field next to our house, so it's just boom, mice.
Mice.
So that's the mouse incident of 2020. And I guess 2021.
Yeah.
And kind of 2023.
2023 coda.
Yeah, exactly. Extended edition.
All right. I think that's a good wrap on the show.
That's a good wrap. That's a good ending.
Yeah. So let's see what else we got going on. I think we got another episode of Maximum Ruckus next week.
Sweet.
Yeah, and then we should be back with HBO Max the week after.
Ooh, yes.
Don't know what movie we're going to do yet.
No.
Unsure.
It will be a movie, though.
It will definitely be a movie. We just don't know what one.
When you finish up Downton Abbey, will we have a special Downton Abbey episode?
I think we will, yes.
Yes! Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to happen.
Good.
So yeah, be on the lookout for that if you're a Downton Abbey fan. Do me a favor, in the comments, let us know what show Makenna should watch next. And if Joe Mertens listens this far, he's definitely going to put Twin Peaks in the comments there. So maybe McKenna will watch Twin Peaks.
I'll probably watch Twin Peaks.
It's a good show. I rewatched most of it.
Oh.
Last week. I mean, not last year.
Is that somehow connected to that? Oh my god. I can't remember how to pronounce the first half of the movie title. Something Drive. It starts with Mahogany Drive.
Mulholland Drive?
Mulholland Drive, that's what it is. Is that connected in some way, or am I making that up in my head?
So, they were both made by David Lynch.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
Mulholland Drive was intended to be a pseudo spin-off. Mulholland Drive was shot as a TV show.
Oh, did I know that? I can't remember if I knew that or not.
Maybe. Impossible to tell.
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, it was shot as a TV show intended to be like similar to Twin Peaks.
Wow.
And then they converted it into a film.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, weird stuff. Weird show. Maybe McKenna will watch it. I need to watch the movie Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me, and then I need to watch The Return. Those are the things I haven't seen.
Oh.
So,
there's more. A lot of stuff.
It is. It's weird. It's weird.
I can't wait.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, just, subscribe here, youtube.com/@HBO Max, or on the podcast service of your choice. Leave us a like, leave us a review. Again, let us know what TV show McKenna should watch.
Yes.
And you can also follow us on Twitter @HBO Max on Twitter. You can follow me, Brandon, aka Jose Ruckus, at Jose Ruckus on pretty much every single platform. Just at Jose Ruckus. It's all of those. Makenna, where can the people follow you?
You can find me on Twitter at PotterPants212. I tweet sometimes.
Yeah, about like twice a year, you'll get a really solid tweet from Makenna.
Yep.
So yeah, stay tuned for those.
Oh yeah, buckle up. Turn on those tweet notifications.
But yes, until next time, keep the ruckus to a minimum.